If the words business plan instantly make you feel overwhelmed or make you want to avoid the whole thing, it's okay. You're not alone. Most people think creating a business plan means writing a massive document, doing complicated financial projections, and spending weeks working on something they're not even sure they'll need. This is why so many business owners either never do it or they quit halfway through. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to approach it the right way, without overthinking, without any kind of fancy software, and without writing a bloated 40 or 50-page document that no one will ever read, much less use. And we're going to do it by focusing on just 3 questions that actually matter. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Matt. I've spent over 25 years building companies as a serial entrepreneur and helping small business owners navigate challenges and avoid costly mistakes. Welcome to the channel. I strive to answer the questions all business owners have using real-world, practical experience. Let me know how I can help. It's important to realize that a business plan is not just a document. It's a strategic thinking tool. Its primary job is not to impress a bank or an investor or anyone else. Its job is to help you work out the strategy and decisions when the pressure is low, so you can keep on track when the pressure ramps up. And here's why all that matters. A good business plan won't eliminate mistakes, but it makes them smaller, easier, and cheaper. I've seen people skip this and spend months building something no one wanted. Or worse, they quit a good job, they signed a lease, they hired people, and then realized the numbers never worked. A simple plan doesn't prevent failure. It does prevent avoidable failure. It forces you to slow down just enough to catch bad assumptions before they cost you real money. It also exposes, weak ideas early. Before you pull the trigger and invest the time and money to launch, maybe something doesn't make sense on paper. Well, you know what? It definitely won't make sense when real customers and real bills show up. Finally, a plan should give you goals. Without one, you don't know if things are working or if you're just being impatient. So instead of thinking about a business plan as something you have to write, think of it as something you want to write. This helps you think more clearly. It forces you to answer the tough questions now so you have the answers when you need them later. Oh, and best of all, it's free. The best way to start writing our business plan is by answering just 3 questions. What problem am I solving and for who? How will this business actually make money? And what has to go right for this all to work? Question number 1. What problem am I solving and for who? Our first question may be the most important. Your business is not about your product, your service, or your idea. It's about a problem that someone actually needs solving. Who is your customer? What problems are they dealing with right now? And why should they trust that your business can solve all of them? Saying, I feed hungry people sounds nice, but it doesn't tell your grocery, restaurant, or food truck who to market to, what to charge, how to explain what you do, and why they should come to you and not the other one down the street. Instead, we could say, I provide mobile catering services for special events up to 300 people using our well-equipped food truck and serving an all-American favorite menu. Now we're getting specific and we're getting somewhere. Really think about this. It's not something to just skip over. Let it bounce around in your head for a few days because clarity here makes everything else so much easier. Pricing and marketing get easier. Decisions can be made faster. If this part isn't clear, the rest of the plan just won't come together. Question 2 is, how will this business actually make money? Now, you don't need complex financial projections and massive Excel spreadsheets to answer this. You're just looking for clarity. What are you selling? How much does it cost? What can you sell it for? And how often do people buy it? That's pretty simple. Now, one clear revenue stream is better than 5 vague ones. And remember, you're not trying to predict the future here. You're just setting a starting point that you can always adjust later. If you don't know or have an idea of how much money will come in, everything else is just guesswork. What has to go right for this all to work? And I think most people skip this question specifically And it may be why they struggle later. So, what are the key things that have to happen consistently for this business to survive? Sales and delivery, time, cash flow, employees, commercial space. What about your own energy and availability? There's probably a ton more, but you get the idea. These are usually the things people underestimate or never even think about in the first place. Without some kind of a plan, when one of these breaks down, the whole business feels shaky. And that's when people start blaming themselves, the idea, or the market, when the real issue is that nobody ever asked, what actually has to go right? Some people have a really hard time with this question, and I suggest that they take a minute and flip it around. Think about what could realistically go wrong. I don't want you to go all negative, but just be honest. Now remember, these won't go into the plan, the negatives, but thinking through them can sometimes help you come up with all the reasons it'll go right. And you can flip it back to the positive when you got all the answers ready and add those into the plan. Businesses don't always fail because the idea was bad. They may fail because reality was ignored. I'd like to save you some frustration. Business plans are relatively easy. You don't need special software and you don't need to write the entire plan in one sitting. Oh, and don't copy someone else's business plan or have AI write something and just pretend it fits your situation. You need to know and understand this document. And the best way to truly do that is to write it down yourself. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Just open a blank document. Write the top 3 questions at the top and then answer them all in bullet points. You can walk away. Come back tomorrow or later and add a little more detail. Within a few days to a week, you'll be well on your way. Remember, we're not looking for perfection. A rough plan written is better than a perfect plan stuck in your head. And at the end of the day, you just need to answer 3 questions. That doesn't sound so hard. If creating a business plan feels overwhelming, that's okay. It may be because you're trying to do too much too early. Remember, you don't need a lengthy formal document right off the bat. The goal is to start with a little clarity. Answer those 3 questions. Who is this for and what problem am I solving? How will the business make money? And what has to go right for all of this to work? That is your foundation. Once you have that, everything else, the pricing, the marketing, the structure, all of that gets easier and it just kind of slides right in. The business plan isn't about predicting the future. It's about being prepared to handle it. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope it was helpful. And if it was, like and subscribe. Maybe drop a comment or send me an email. I like seeing those. I often use those to turn into future topics. Now, take a breath. You've got this. All right. What's next?